Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen from around the world, wherever you are. Welcome to another League of Tilt gameplay video. In this one, we'll be playing Maokai in the jungle. Unfortunately, not AP Maokai in the jungle. One of the things that you need to do as Maokai is engage, and in fact, one of the primary reasons I have chosen to play this champion today in this game is because our team was lacking very much in hard engage. Like, Jax has a little bit of engage, but for the most part, he does not have engage. Like, he can just jump in with a Q, and that's it. His CC is not instantaneous, it's not guaranteed, and if he's jumping in, then he's dedicated to fighting to the death, because that's also his escape tool. So that he really is best, like the Jax engage really is best as a follow-up to an hard engage by a teammate, and that's what I'm hoping to provide with Maokai. So not full AP. If the game goes really well, I might buy Demonic Embrace because your bush babies do a lot of damage with Demonic Embrace. Let's do a quick ability rundown of Maokai, quick clears and so on and so forth. Maokai in the jungle, I think, has always sort of been an underplayed pick. It's pretty good in terms of it's clear, it's healthy, his ganks are good because of his point and click CC on his Twisted Advance. It's just in general, I think, much better than people give it credit for, which is true for actually many different champions in the game. People just tend to be meta slaves. What can you do? So an important thing not to do against Warwick in this particular matchup is to not fall below 50% HP once Warwick gets some levels under his belt. The reason for that is Warwick gets increased movement speed towards champions that have below 50% HP, and he also gets increased attack speed. So he just smells blood because he's a wolf. It's important not to let him turn on those sadness. Okay, that's fine. These things happen. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Bramble Smash, all of that, and then Q. That's Bramble Smash. That's what I've been using to clear. I've been seeing it. It's just this sends out a shockwave. It knocks back everyone around you, but it only does damage in the direction that the indicator highlights. W is point and click CC. Haven't really used it yet, but we're about to. It's clear. It's fine. It's a wee bit slow. Looks like Jax did the tilt teleport into death. I also can't just walk up there because Warwick, I know he started bot side, so he's probably coming top side just now. And given that Warwick is coming bot side, given that Warwick is coming top side, I can't just walk up and fight Jace there, because if I do, there's a good chance Warwick will show up and move by. This looks like a terrible game so far. We have a Jax who's feeding, our bot lane is losing, they just lost the fight, and the loss was to a Jinx whose early game isn't even that good. Xayah should definitely have the early game advantage, but it is what it is. That does not mean the game is unwinnable. One of the things about Maokai is that he scales exceptionally well. He's a very good engage hyper tank. I'll be chilling here. Yeah, let's see. I'll be chilling here. I think Jace has to come back very soon. Jax is fighting, which is excellent. Like, this will bait, as long as he doesn't die here. There we go. All right, knock him back. See, you should always just try to stand back when you're playing this. He's so dead right now. Oh, this is 100% of the time. We should kill this, we should kill this, we should kill this. He should not be making it. There we go. Flash behind him just to make sure that he gets knocked back, and that puts us back into the game right away. He apologized. There's nothing to apologize for. Hopefully he can take this lead and do powerful things with it. I'm fully expecting Warwick's bot side to be fully cleared here. His top side? Okay, excellent. Also, it's not safe to recall in Warwick's jungle. This would normally not be the case, if this was not Warwick, but I think almost any other champion, I would actually happily recall here or here. But because it's Warwick, he gets a very increased movement speed when he's moving towards me, given that I'm low health, so it's not safe because he can just like run at me from base. Warwick's movement speed is insane. Bot lane is getting to be a problem, so I'm going to head over that side. So I'm actually going to go over to my Raptors, take them, and then start pathing downwards. They're dying a lot, which is not good, because Jinx is actually the primary scaling on their side of the world. Jinx is the carry that they're expecting to protect and carry games in late game. Now, thankfully, given that I am playing a tank with a point-and-click engage, it's very easy for me to just jump on Jinx, and if I can do that, I should hopefully be able to take her out of fights. Frozen Heart is a fantastic item against attack speed-based champions like her, and Warwick, so I'll definitely be getting that this game. Also, a Bramble Vest does wonders, like in the early game, because it's just so hard for an ADC to kill you through Bramble Vest until they have 2-3 items. And, you know, even though it might look like we're behind right now, as long as we just make sure that we're keeping up in farm. Why do you fight? These guys really shouldn't be trying to fight nearly as much as they are. Like, I can't do much about that. So in these situations, by the way, as a jungler, when you're just doing regular things, like I've just ganked a lane and killed their jungler, and helped my top laner get 2 kills. Now I might be like, well, okay, so now it's time to clear our jungle. And it absolutely is time to clear our jungle. But people like this bot lane, if they keep getting caught, that's fine. You don't have to, you could take that on your... Alright, just push him away, not get feared. Oh, there we go. He's really not going to win this because look at the item disparity. If bot lane moved there, Warwick 100% of the time dies there. Annie might be coming over here, so that's Tibbers. That is a Tibbers. What? Why would Warwick come back? I think this is something that I have seen a lot of Warwicks do. I feel like many Warwicks tend to think that their Q will heal them for a lot more than it actually does, but then it doesn't. I might give this to Xayah, because I'm feeling nice. There we go. Hopefully that gives her the advantage necessary in lane. Slow him. He can, like, Warwick needs to be in range of you to attach to you, and there we go. And we're outie. This is very free. We should 100% do this. All right. Oh, Jinx fucked up actually. She's dead. Yeah, no, she's just dead here. Assuming my Xayah can auto attack. All right. Do dragon, and yeah, that was just very nicely done. She led away the Jinx. Jinx didn't focus Xayah, which is her primary damage source. Like, and the reason I say she's her primary damage source right now, right? Like, outside of me, I'm doing a lot of damage off of my Bombi Cinder. The reason is she has red buff, and that just completely turns the game around because now our ADC is as strong as she is. Our top lane, again, was doing even. But then they died again, which is sad. I do need to watch out. You want this blubber buff, and I don't have smite to deny it off you. Okay, thank God. I'm not... At this stage in the game, when I have been involved in all 6 of our team's kills, when I've been exactly where I needed to be, when I've sort of mitigated the losses to our team, every way that they could have been mitigated, I'm not going to just give up my blue buff, even if the player in question is very strong. This isn't pro play, right? This isn't mid laners get buffs and ADCs. For stuff like that, people die a lot more in this part of the world, in this ELO, than you would otherwise expect. And so you just want to hold on to your buffs until later in the game. Warwick is heading up there. Jax needs to be careful. Pathing my way up here, Warwick just has steel caps and pickaxe. So actually, I think item-wise, he is a wee bit stronger than us right now because we haven't spent our gold. Like, Bombi Cinder is a hell of a drug. So I would still say we are relatively strong. Now, I don't want to give up this first Herald, though. So I'm going to need to make sure that he's not there. Just make sure. Okay, he's not there. Okay. Cool. I'm just going to keep clearing our jungle here. Jax does need to back. It's fine. There's no point really heading into doing Shelly when I know that Warwick is in the area. What the f... I take no responsibility. Like, it happens, you know? As a jungler, just don't blame yourself for those. Again, it's important that you stay where you are. I don't think there's any point in ulting this until I can pinch him off harder. Here we go. Okay, so now he's pinched off. I just have to be patient. Like, he's not going to get away. Okay. Got his flash. There is a world in which I can maybe find him and chase him down. But no, I think he just kept running. Oh, Warwick got the... that's unfortunate. Actually, if I had realized earlier, I would have made it up to Shelly. That's unfortunate, because the first Herald of the game is very powerful. If the first Herald in a game gets back a good amount of gold, it not only gives the jungler EXP and gold, 100 gold for killing it, it also makes it so that you take a good amount of turret plates. Yeah, I need to be topside. This is like pretty much what I would do as a jungler as well. Yeah, it's like there's not much I can do about that. Can't really destroy that thing for this. Jax losing so hard means the enemy team gets a significant amount of turret plate gold, and I just need to be here to make sure that Jax doesn't die. It's not about any particular love or affection that I have for him. It's more that with Shelly on the Rift, as long as Shelly was on the Rift, if I just let Jax die, then they would have pushed into second tower, and losing that much of a lane this early on in the game is definitely a pain. So I'm going to clear my chickies, and then I'll be backing. Warwick did a really neat sequence where he's just going to go straight towards bot side Scuttle Crab. Yeah, he cleared his topside cams. Okay. Okay. Max Q first, primary source of damage, decreases cooldown, slow, just very good CC, knockback. Twisted Van second, again, remember your entire purpose in life is to just engage. E does do a little bit more damage the more you level that up, but it's really just the damage that goes up, and also I guess the mana cost, but that's not really an advantage. So because the E doesn't increase in cooldown, and because it really does need bushes to be effective, like unless you're planning on maximizing baby damage, which is what full AP Maokai does, there's no point in maxing it early on. I suppose it's worth checking whether or not it's still here. I knew it was here because this control ward is still here. This is a critical mistake by Warwick. Like, he came down to the bottom side of the world, right? And he didn't take this. Before a dragon fight, just having the crab provides a team so much power. Like, it really does. It's like there's reasons for it, right? And the reasons are like pretty straightforward. Like, it's really... Oh, I suppose I should have flashed. I got too cocky because I thought my team was going to be there. I also thought I could flash out. I should have flashed the initial engage, and then if I had just like ulted, W'd, Q'd, like I would have healed back a good amount as well. It's like that was, I would say, quite an unnecessary loss. So Warwick will heal a good amount here, but if my team just like does not bitch out, we can definitely disrupt them. There we go. Because they used a lot to kill me. They used Annie ulti. Warwick jumped on me as well. Somebody killed them. Okay, I guess they're chasing. That's fine. We almost got more kills there, which would have been fantastic, especially if we could have killed the Jace. Corki, I think, should have either stayed on the dragon or should have just continued to chase them and kill them. But if we get a tower off of this, that's fine by me. Yeah, towers are excellent, and we do need to trade towers, like, and if the tower is the tower that we're shutting down is the Jinx's tower, who was supposed to be the strong win condition. Okay. Okay. I was trying to W over the wall, but it wasn't enough. I really hope they try to come in here and fight us. We're not unkillable just yet, but we're not exactly weak either. Ooh. Yeah. That. Yep. That. Oh, this went south. Lulu ulti. I think I went too hard for the Annie there. No, sorry. I didn't think I went too hard for the Annie there. I should definitely have gone harder for the Annie. Jax also definitely should have TP'd. Like, Jace is running all over the map, which is sad, but he didn't have teleport, so yeah, I need farm, sure. Farming is good, but it's not the only way to win games, and it's definitely not enough by itself to win games. You have to impact the map. Okay, Jace is a problem. I suppose he can come in 1v3. I think like that was what my mistake was. I thought, like, hey, Jace can't 1v3. Okay, so error on my part in calculation, like in picking our targets, but it's okay. We still have 2 dragons up, and I'm gonna try to make sure that we have the next Rift Herald as well. Not just gonna give that up for free. Going to take this crab. I don't want Xayah to really have it. Well, it is what it is. I will start pathing topside. I will sweep through the enemy jungle, make sure that they are working with as limited vision as possible. There's a Jinx. I honestly don't think Jinx can fight me because she has a completed item. Mistake. Error. I relying on Corki was fine. Relying on these guys was not fine. They just like kept farming in the lane, and there were too many people there. Jace flashed, which is very good for us because that will allow us to catch him out in the next fight. Maybe if Jax can get somebody here, but no, yeah, it's like, see, Lulu polymorph is a hell of a drug, and now I think Corki's just dead. This is not going well. It was. Like, it didn't start well, but then I continued, like, I pulled back. I pulled us back from the ring, and then I fucked it up again. Because as a tank, you have to engage smart. Like, you decide where the fight is played and how it will be played. And if you're not doing a good job of picking the right fights in the right contexts, then you are going to lose fights for your team. Like it might look like I'm definitely not, say, the worst performing player right now. I'm just gonna stay up full HP. Jace can't kill me, so there's no point in him walking forward. I'm not also going to go in 1v3. I need to like make sure that I have my damage dealers with me. Seraphine is up there by herself because reasons, but sure. I suppose it's fine. Alright, package, excellent. Bulky package is in. Will the burn be enough? I don't think so, and I'm not going to waste time chasing that. I also don't think my ulti will reach into the territories that they are going, so I'm just going to focus on the objectives. And if they do come here, then I'm going to ulti people. But I don't think that that was necessary entirely. I was just like, I thought others would come along with Warwick like Lulu, but they didn't, which is fine. This Rift Herald will pay for itself a good amount because it will allow us to swing the game back in our advantage for a couple of reasons, right? First reason is it allows you to get a turret, which allows us to equalize on pressure. We've lost all 3 outers. They've lost only 2 outers. So if I use this top side, then I can hopefully make sure that they will be losing more. And I don't need to wait for the minion wave. Like, the Herald charge itself will take care of it. Now I'll just recall, get my plated steel caps. And then let's just get back here to the Hextech Drake, because this will, if we can just make sure that we get this Drake, we'll put them on soul point. I have done a really bad job of making sure that I am farming adequately this game. Like, my CS should be at least at 120, but it's okay, because and the reason it's fine, right, is because I've been just such a heavy participant in just about all the fights that have been happening. So no, I smited a midge too early. I think now we are actually going to lose the fight, because once again we don't have Jax here and Jace is on our back line. Oh, excellent shutdown. Never mind. We won the team fight massively, and that turns out hugely in our favor. Jax did TP in time to make an impact, so that was very, very, very good, because we got a lot of their shutdowns. And even though we ended up losing the Drake because I smited just a little too early, I was getting worried that it would get present too early. It was like, it's hard, okay, on 213 milliseconds of ping to like do stuff like that, but it's fine. And it's fine because we got an ace, we got all their shutdowns, we're about to get some towers. Top lane, Rift Herald got a tower. We actually have now exceeded them in turret pressure. This guy needs to back off because everyone is alive. And the Jace was about to be alive. Like, it would definitely get chased down. They didn't need to waste time hitting that tower because those towers regen and you wouldn't be getting them anyways. So he should have just rotated topside with the rest of his team to try and take top tower, which might actually have worked. All right, so that was very messy, but it ended up, I think, giving us a huge map advantage. Warwick does have a completed item now, and he's going into his Balmy Cinder, so it's roughly equal combat stats, but our item is a mythic item, and that's powerful. Really? You're gonna keep chasing more? Mate. So, yes, I am partially to blame for that. I could have seen he was being chased earlier. But I honestly thought he was fine, because that's Jax. He could have just jumped away, but then he kept choosing to jump back in. And I didn't have any intention of fighting that because I didn't know how many people were following them. They might not be able to catch the Jace here. If they can, that's very good for us, but I'm not sure the extent to which that will be possible. I think they're just going in too deep. So my job is to just make sure that we have vision, don't get Baron. They did manage to move well, pincer things off, so that they didn't die or get caught. I don't think this blue buff is going to be here, but I'm going to take vision anyway. Yeah, the fact that Sapling skipped vision makes it very, very strong. But now Warwick is just going to chase some people down. Surrender? Fuck no. This game is very close and very winnable. It's only a question of being smart / being dumb. We are doing poorly for no other reason than that we are playing stupid. Somebody needs to go collect top lane farm. I really did think that Jax would go up there on respawn, but it's like... Smoke a joint or something. Kids these days, am I right? Crazy people. Alright, I'm just going to push waves. See, right now, when there's no obvious engage to be taken, also, like, I know that the last fight ended up working very well for us at Dragon, but given that the enemy jungler was not there, it should have been a free Dragon for us, and that would have put so much pressure on them, because it would have been Hextech soul point. But on the whole, maybe it's just as well that it didn't happen, because I'm kind of scared of fighting with these guys for Elder. They haven't really shown amazing coordination. Jax just wasted E. Package, Valkyrie, we just crushed them. That was amazing by the Jax. We should free Baron. Come. I thought he was just going to waste his E, but then once he jumped in on the Jinx, it's just like, it's the freest thing on the planet. Also, as Maokai, you do want to stand behind Baron because Baron's attacks count as abilities. Maokai's passive Sap Magic means whenever you Alright, Jace is a problem. Alright, Annie. Got everybody. Perfection. We can just head over to the Hextech Drake. Like, all I did there was it existed. I let my Sunfire do a lot of damage, and whoever I was CCing could not heal. But again, I think I just hit each enemy with one ability or so, and that was good enough. Like, sometimes that really is all you need. So Jax can get started on this. I'm going to be taking that. That thing is not going to die easily. And the reason I'll be taking this, obviously the gold and the EXP, but also, again, river control, vision, and movement speed if people try to attack us. So I will smite that just to make sure it doesn't get stolen randomly by Jinx Rocket or some such. So now we do have a soul point. Now we, and we're still, like, I think the game still thinks we are behind. Are we ahead now? The enemy team objective, yeah, of course, because we're blue side and the thing was red. I'm being dumb. So now we do actually have to make sure that they don't get towers or whatnot, because the game has realized that we are very far ahead in objectives. We have significantly more towers. We have more towers, we have more Baron, more everything. Don't. Wait for me, please. People, man. Warmugs would be excellent, but we don't have enough money to buy it. I do have enough money to complete a Thornmail, so we'll do that. And I'm not sure what exactly I want to build into next, but I do know that whatever I build will have an HP item in it, so I'm going to get HP. And as I was saying, if you want to do damage, you can get Demonic Embrace, but you don't have to, you don't need. Just once. Also, I didn't use Hextech Drake. I feel like the Hextech portals. I feel like I could have easily used the Hextech portals. No. Bad. Killing them doesn't do anything. The objective of the game is not to kill people. The objective of the game is towers. Killing people is just a segue into getting towers. Alright, fantastic. Zone people off with my ulti. Warwick ulted the Jax, which is fine because he's never killing the Jax with an ulti. Corki has actually been playing really well, so as long as I can just protect him and make sure nobody's diving him, we'll be alright. They cannot really get past the front line that I represent, so I think I will get a Warmox because Jace is such a poke-based champion. So we're just gonna do this, and then we need to get this. We need to get this. Come on. Alright, whatever. There is no point. This is a very classic low elo error. And I mean, by that, what I mean is, like, once you take the inhibitor, unless you're going to end the game, there is no point continuing to push in that direction. And the reason is that direction is already dead, right? It's already broken. You just pushing the supers back into tower doesn't do anything more. It doesn't add any pressure to the map. So what you need to do is you need to, like, take the other guys. You need to take the other. You need to push the other lanes in, because those are the lanes that you can still continue to break. So if our rotation had been good and if our minion wave management had been a little better, should have just been able to switch from bot. And once we broke their inhib, our minion wave is obviously, like, right up in their faces, right? So then that minion wave is going to need to, like, get all the way up into the inhibitor. They have to deal with that. So we could have, had we had a minion wave, just killed off the middle. We could have killed off the middle tower as well for free, because they wouldn't have had anyone defending it, and we would have had the inside track on it. But it is what it is. It's fine. You know, we're still, like, very far ahead on the map. Our bounties still hold. We just need somebody to push out topside. Just everybody should collapse for dragon. Yeah. Oh, also, the reason I was talking about Warmogs, I'm not actually sure if I should go Warmogs or Stoneplate. I think, given how much team fighting we've been doing, probably Stoneplate. I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, let's just go Warmogs. It's a large amount of HP. HP amplifies my Sunfire damage, amplifies passive. Like, health is very good on Maokai, and just like, I love the idea of permanently walking around with full health. I think Warmogs is a criminally underrated tank item. Like, Fimbulwinter is all the rage because of all the shields it gives you in teamfights. It does block a good amount of damage, but Warmogs just gives more HP and just make sure that you are always full HP, like literally permanently full HP. We are going to win this. Like, they don't win fights right now. They're not stronger than we are. Their time is gone. Because Jace, it's not that he scales badly, it's just that he's not what you want in team fights, especially not if you have a disruptor. Especially not if you have somebody who's going to be able to keep people off. They can just do this, and I can just pretend I'm not doing Dragon. And if they just like try to force their way into us, they can't. Not really. See, okay, see, excellent. Because, and also remember, we have an inhibitor. Just didn't respect me. Okay. I could have ulted, but I wanted to save ult not just for Jace. I wanted to like hopefully ult like everybody on their team, like I just did. And now. Alright, Corki barely managed to get that in. I think maybe I should have gone for the Jings. This is awkward. But okay, it's fine. Warwick doesn't win because Sunfire Aegis, again, what do we say about Sunfire Aegis? One hell of a drug. I also have Hextech, which does significantly polymorph. How I love the polymorph. It's okay. I kept so many of them busy on me for so long that I was gonna say hopefully would be enough time, but clearly it wasn't. It's fine. That fight was very split. Like, I obviously did all right, possibly even better than all right, but I need to run away here. I really do. Yeah. I fucked that up. I was doing so well. I just needed to walk away. I have no idea why I tried to walk back in. I thought like the low health bars baited me. Warwick flashed, which is excellent. Let my team know when I respawn Baron. I no longer have the like too little CS problem. I'm well ahead of my jungler. Obviously not going to keep up with the carries. Actually, almost keeping with my carry, but that says more about his inability than my ability. I don't have enough for Warmogs, which is unfortunate. So, given that there's no way I'm going to have 1300 gold in time, I think what I will do is I will upgrade this into an Aegis. Ability haste, always good, and just Aegis just gives so much survivability. And I do have conditioning, so resist stats are fantastic. Also, they have put their inhibitors back up, which is less than ideal. We do need to start heading towards Baron, though. Like, these guys come to Baron. We need to fight for this objective. See, like, again, as a tank, I have the potential. No! Kill that mother... You're ignoring the Jace in your midst! Oh, imagine walking into a choke point against a Seraphine. That was a terrible idea by the enemy team. Like, until that point, like, we ignored the Jace, which was a horrific mistake. Like, when Jack stunned Jace, he should have killed them. Like, that should have just been a kill. Don't miss the smite, don't miss the smite. Okay, didn't miss the smite. Excellent. Still don't have 1300 gold for okay. Again, I didn't have to do much. As you can see, like, once you get your team head, and once you're strong as a tank, you really are not required to do much. Just a little bit of disruption and just existing in people's vicinities is good enough. Also, I know I said I would get a Frozen Heart, but I ended up not getting a Frozen Heart for a couple of reasons. One is, like, Jinx is dying a lot more easily than actually I thought she would. Like, a lot more easily than I thought she would. Is this abilities as well? It is! And it scales with all the usual things? Yeah, health, AP 80, amaze. Alright, this should make it like very hard for people to duel me, if not impossible. Yeah, Hextech is fantastic. So my stuff now chain slows, yay. again, just shepherding my team, corralling them towards objectives, keeping away the enemy. I don't think I'm going to kill anybody here. I got a root, but that was like one more root than I was expecting. It's like we have so much AoE team fight. Goodbye. One thing I do actually will say is like Maokai Triumph is obviously fantastic on this champion because it allows you to stay in team fights longer, but also presence of mind is very, very good. So you don't run into situations like this where you don't have mana, because as long as Maokai has mana to do stuff, he's going to be very powerful. But most of your team fights happen in jungles anywhere where you have massive mana regen. Anyways, there we go. Just crushing the enemy team with objective control, being a disruptive tank, focusing on the people we need to focus on, being where we should be, not tilting, keeping the pressure on and off. It was just good. We had very significant kill participation, which is to be expected because that meant just we were doing what we were supposed to do. So Jax is ugly and toxic. I think I have to honor the Corki. I could honor the Seraphine as well. She played really well. She has very clutch ults, but it's much harder to be a carry and play it well, especially when the enemy team has fed people, than it is to be a utility champion and play it well. So that's why I gave the honor to Corki. 24 kill participation out of a total of 34 kills. That's just good. Feels very nice because I know how instrumental I was in keeping my bot lane not dying and giving Jax back the lead that he lost and just like fighting for objectives and just, yeah, it's good. Look at the damage, more than Jax, more than ADC. This isn't even like massive Maokai damage because as you can see, I was not in a lot of fights. People were just blowing up. Seraphine's decision to go full AP definitely looks like it paid off. She seems like she knows how to pull off a full AP Seraphine, which I'm very happy for. I love seeing supports who have AP scalings just use the crap out of his AP scalings. Maximized damage taken. At least 2 of my deaths were unnecessary. Definitely the one near the inhibitor. It's like, happens, you know. Everybody gets too big for their britches. Damage to objectives is expected. Carries are obviously going to hit stuff a lot. But I was also there for heralds, for dragons, so that's why I have high damage. I don't expect much damage turrets. Healing on Seraphine should... Never mind. Obviously I should have one amongst the greatest healers. So what? I'm awesome that way. If we want to take a look at income, we had 13k gold earned, which is on the level of the very fed Seraphine, more than our Jax, and definitely behind our carries, but more than everybody on the enemy team except the Jinx. So it's just like keeping up in form, keeping up in levels, being where you should be. Just as a jungler, it's so hard to keep up on EXP, right? So you just need to make sure you're taking your camps, sequencing properly, leeching minion XP from your lanes when you gank them, pushing in waves when no one else will be pushing them. So just do your chores, dot your I's, cross your T's, just good map play awareness. Even when you are a bad jungler that misses might and plays on garbage ping, mechanics of a dead horse trying to ride a snail, you can still carry and win games, at least in this elo. All right, hope you all have a lovely day. See you in the next one.